What's up guys, welcome to another great episode with Car Talks. Now today I'm here in the 2019 Ford Kuga. Now I'm here parked up on the side of the road, and what a better to start than to take a look around. What do you think? I think it looks like a really nice looking car. It's in a platinum white, which is a little bit of an upgrade paint. They only naturally come standard in red or blue, which was surprising, but I guess white has become a more popular colour, and it is quite an expensive option. It's about £700 or £800, but I think it's had a vast improvement from the later models. This is the titanium pack, so it's got the xenon lights, it's got the nickel 19-inch wheels, and it's got the twin exhaust at the back. Yeah, it's got rear parking sensors. So if we open the boot up to start going through, it's got a huge amount of space in here. The parcel shelf is an absolute nightmare, so I've left it down. It does feel a little bit cheap. You have to pull this back to unlock it out of its little slot, like that, to lift it up, and then you have to try and struggle like I'm doing now. There we go, to get it back in. So that's the reason why I left it, but this actually has got a boot button, which is nice, as always. In the back, it's annoying how when you put the seats down, these seat belts don't come detached, but put it back. But to pull the seats down, you have to pull up on this lever. Same the other side, so I'll go around. Oh, didn't notice those. They got school dinner tray, plastic for kids in the back. That's quite cool. Put the drink in there, little snack. And then we've got the same this side, where you got to pull it up. So if we go around to the driver's side, sit in. So here the hazards are on, yes, because I'm parked on the side of the road, to let everyone be aware. If we look in the car, there's a huge amount of room. Yes, we've got a sunroof. It's not panoramic, but it is quite nice when the sun is shining in the UK. We've got the buttons up here. They're actually quite simple in this one. The left-hand side does... Actually, I'll use the start-stop button. Put the clutch down. Put the engine on. So if we look up here... Sorry, look up here. Press this button here, it puts the cover back up. So if you don't want the sunroof up, full protection, obviously press the back of the button, it releases it. Same with the sunroof. So see it going, and forwards. Hold it all the way down, because you can do it halfway and it releases it. So we've got sat nav here. It's all touchscreen, as you can see. But it's quite slow. That's one thing. So then it sits all along the bottom. Your sat nav, it is very clear, is very good. You've got your phone, obviously, audio. This one doesn't have Apple Play, but you can get it for the car. It is an option you can get. You can get it with. It has got DAB and everything. I think you can probably get it through mobile apps. But I think that option is about £1,000 with the sat nav and all the special comms here, like the heated seats and various bits. I'm going to turn that off just for a moment, because it is quite irritating. That nav, it has got automatic lights, which is good. Down here on your right hand side, standard Ford steering wheel, which is always nice to see. This is just for your screen up here, because obviously you've got your own bits over here, which I think personally they're quite far away. Everything here feels quite far away. Trim, very, very cheap, very thin, very plasticky for a cost of a car that you're almost spending 25-30 grand on. I think it is done well, but a few things could have been sharpened up. I think if you're going to be spending on the higher spec model car, I think you would want it to be a little bit nicer in terms of the trims. I feel like I could, if you fall into the car, or your kids playing and being slightly irritable, they could probably pull that off. Like I find when I'm changing gear, I'll show you here. Look how loose that is. Quite a loose component. Feels like the whole thing is shaking. That's just me though. I don't mind this car. Nice leather seats, as I've said before. The leather seats side of thing, I think they could hug me in terms of their lumbar support a little bit. One interesting fact I didn't know, but on this car you've got the driving seat is electric, and the passenger, so the driver's passenger, that is manual. But shame, I think this car does need a panoramic. It's got obviously space for it, and you can optionally have that. So the family pack you can get on a car like this, it's £150. That gives you extra child lock. So the technology pack, that's £1,400 as an option. You get the sat nav, you get the parking sensors, you get the parking brake, Apple Play, you get xenon front lights, which this actually has, which is really nice. All those things coming at £1,400. I think it's a little steep, but you do get quite a lot for it, I think, which is nice. You get the DAB radio in there, which is nice. And what more could you want from a technology pack? I mean, you might want to upgrade the speakers at some point if you are going to have this as a long-term car. Heated steering wheel you can get in the car. It is part of the winter pack though, so if you just wanted just heated steering wheel, which in the UK you might want it, it's £125. But if you want a heated, if you wanted the full winter pack that gives you heated seats, heated windscreen, and the heated steering wheel, it's £400. So it just depends on how much your budget is, but everything obviously tots up. So you'll probably be looking at a car that's spec'd just over 30 grand if you're going to be adding all these options, because not everything's standard. Like the winter pack, the technology pack, they're not standard. And these leather seats, this comes with the titanium pack. It's got a 1.5 litre EcoBoost petrol engine, which produces a whopping, wait for it, top speed of 121. Which actually I don't think for a small SUV with a 1.5 litre engine, I don't think it's that bad. But hasn't got a tremendous amount of power. It comes in 3 engines, but this one has 150 horsepower. It also has 240 torque, which is huge. For the size of a 1.5 litre EcoBoost, that's big. But it's not the highest spec, it's not the fastest either. 0 to 60 time, 9.7 seconds, which isn't the slowest, but it isn't the quickest. It has a slower speed, like the greenest of the petrol engines. It has a 0 to 60 time in 12.7 seconds, but you're not going to be doing those speeds in this type of car. It's more of a family drive around where you're putting the kids in the back and you're going to be taking them to school. You're not going to be doing 0 to 60 run times. But it's good to know all the facts and figures. It gets about 35 miles to the gallon, which isn't actually that fantastic. I thought it would be a little bit better, but I guess as it's a petrol, it doesn't produce the goods. Diesel, on the other hand, diesel model, which they come in a 2 litre, so it's a slightly bigger engine. produces a little bit more torque, so that's 295 torques, and it reaches around the 200 mark in terms of power, but don't need to know that because that's not this car. But that produces between 54 and 60 miles to the gallon. But that's if you're driving it super economical, and if you're driving it with no weight, nobody in the car, perfect conditions. So realistically, I think you probably won't reach that. This car, it starts from £22,000, which actually is quite affordable. I would say the closest comparison, it has the Hyundai Santa Fe. They're probably in the same type of size of car, but also the same type of price bracket. They're in the sort of the mid-20s, but obviously if you spec them up, like this is spec'd up and starts from, as it's the titanium spec, from about £25,000–26,000. You can get a heated steering wheel if that's what you please. This one doesn't have it. That's an extra £150. It sort of ticks all boxes, really. It does what it sort of says on the tin. It's a 6-speed manual. You can obviously get it in automatic, so it's slightly quicker and it's maybe a more comfortable drive. I've been driving this for over a day now, and I would say it's got a lot of road noise when you're driving on the motorway, because I've driven it on the motorway. The clutch is nice and light, so that's a good positive here. And it cruises really well. So if you're going at sort of 60–70 miles an hour, it's such a joy to drive. Well, it's not a difficult car to drive. Good things about the car that I would say personally, I think the sat nav is really good. It's touchscreen. It's about a 6-inch, 7-inch screen in the dash. I'm not so keen on the buttons. It is very plasticky in here, but you pay for what you get. These seats, they're comfortable. They're nice leather comfortable seats, but I find that they're not the most comfortable. They're not the most comfortable seat. They don't hug you like a sports seat like I thought they were going to be, which has let it down a little bit. Hi guys, thanks for watching another great episode with Car Talks. Now, if you like this one, please don't forget to smash that like button. Also, if you haven't done before, or if you want to do so, please click the emblem here to subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the ride, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy.